Hi, beautiful angels. So we are doing the predictions for August, and today I'm just kind of like using this energy to add all the videos. So this one is gonna of course be on my YouTube. If you're watching it on Patreon, of course you get to see it too. But Patreons, I will be sharing more printables and insights this week. So stay tuned for everything that's coming to our Patreon as we start to get ready for the new moon magic that's coming on the 28th. And this next 2 days are very important. This is the reason I pick specific days to do my videos because of the energies. I want the energies to pick up on what I'm trying to share, you know, in the reading. So you'll notice like today is the 21st of July. So there's certain energies that I want to pick up on. Okay, let me fix all this. All right, so I chose the cards of my daughter always gets the cutest cards. This is Sacred Destiny Oracle. So for those of you that are wondering, these cards and the Light Seers Tarot, I absolutely love this tarot. You'll notice I use it a lot in a lot of my videos. With that being said, let's see what Spirit shares with us. So I usually turn you around to see this, but I'm just doing it this way. So the first stack that I got, turning it around together. Oh, I like this. So the first one we got is the energy of the Chariot and the energy of purification. Now, this is showing me that our world is going through a major purification. I talked about this. If you guys saw my predictions, I said that the world is doing a major cleanse. It's going to be a lot of natural disasters, a lot of things that are going on. And I think it's just super funny because a lot of people forget. I'm the type of person that like to take notes on the predictions that I follow. Of course, the ones that I do for myself. That's why I'll put like post-its on my journals when I have predictions and readings for myself. That way I could go back and be like, oh, this is why this is happening. Spirit told me this. Kind of be aware of everything that's going on. I repeat this to you guys a lot. With that being said, is because a lot of you will come to me during the energy and are like, this is going on. Why is this happening? Oh my God. And I'm like, hey, remember that video I did about a month and a half ago or 2 weeks ago, whatever? I said we're going to go through this. So these are the videos, guys. Pay attention, take notes, because this message right now is really important. So there's going to be a kind of like an uproar in our Mother Gaia energy. Our earth is doing major cleansing, major purification. You want to do that yourselves. They're also saying to prep for natural disasters. This is a great time to do that. Something that I did was, and I was talking to my daughter, is like, how many of us have actually satellites, phones, walkie-talkies, battery operated AM FM radios? Like, how many people have that? And I was like, and I have this really old AM FM radio, which I don't even know if it works, so I have to take that off. But I did order a small one. I remember my great aunt used to have it because she loves to listen to our baseball games in it. And you understand, my great aunt came from a time where there wasn't any TVs. So, you know, TVs is something that started really, we started really adding them into our homes in the 70s, okay? And even then you would have, like, I remember she had one television set. It was a big old fat back, humongous. It had like little arms on the bottom, and that was that one TV that we would all gather around in the evening, because it wasn't turned on all day long. This was in the evening we were watching TV. Different time. So we also got the energy of the Chariot. Now I'm seeing, and it's funny because I'm getting deja vu, and you guys could tell me. I feel like this, I've been sharing this before. This could be that I've shared this in your personal readings, or that I shared this in the past reading. So depending on what you're feeding, if you're feeding your high positive frequency energy, the light energy, then you're going to get a lot of that. Get a lot of positivity. If you're feeding negative energy, if you're falling into that emotional, stagnant, sadness, depression, lower vibrational energy, then that's what you're going to keep manifesting in your life. Something that one of my clients told me, oh my God, I really didn't never think about that. Everything that you are seeing right now comes from past manifestations. And this is why journaling is so important to me, because I'm able to look back 2 or 3 months ago to see where my energy was around this time, and seeing how I felt, how was I feeling, what was I doing, what was I going through. You're going to notice a lot of like repeat energy, repeat vibrations. And this is because depending on the energy that we are going through and how we're feeling and how we're reacting, it is what we are putting into play in the future. This is why scripting is so powerful. This is why that's all I talk about right now, because I've seen greatness in my life. I've seen some of you manifest even more than I manifest in a more rapid speed. So it's really, really cool to see all of this energy. And that's why the Chariot comes out. And they're saying, you know, this could be a time for victory, for a speediness in manifestations, harnessing that connection energy, that community, that gathering the help from the others to help you in your life, but also being aware of the opposing energies, you know. This could be a great time for travel, to go to different lands, to research, to explore, to focus on your willpower, to maybe start a healthier way of life, to control that, to control, like maybe you're not eating right, or maybe you're doing things that you shouldn't be doing. So being able to control those, you know, energies and vibrations to be doing better in your life. I think I put this on backwards. I think I did. Okay, now you're feeding the darkness, you're feeding the lack of focus, lack of discipline, going in the wrong direction, tendency to making the wrong actions, the wrong decisions. So, you know, there needs to be another way. So I always tell people, because one thing that I'm learning through my scripting with you all is that the whole point of the scripting class is to put you in a high frequency vibration, right? Is not to feed the negativity, is not to feed the victim, is not to feed the ego. So sometimes you guys are messaging me like, oh my God, I'm going through it. And you'll notice in my response will be high frequency, or I'll send you a script, you know, for you to rearrange that energy. Sometimes I won't message you at all. It's because the point of the scripting class is to stay in the vibration of manifesting. And we all go through this. I go through it too. I have my days that I can't even get out of bed because I've done so much energy work for someone. Or I'm just freaking tired because I've been writing 3 chapters in the last, 5 hours. So, we all go through our moments of lapse. But if we feed on that, if I get up and I'm like, oh, I feel like crap. Oh, my life is dire. I'm melting. I can't take it. If I'm feeding that vibration and that energy, that is the frequency that I'm sending out. That is the pulsating energy that the universe, almighty divine energy, is bringing right back into my life. The bow and arrow effect. Imagine like you're sending out a bow and arrow, it's gonna come right back to you, right? So if you're sending out negative vibrations, negative energies, negative thoughts, negative frequencies, that's what you're going to come into place. And you might not see it right now. You might not see it tomorrow. But lo and behold, you're going to see it next week, next month, and in the same time frequency. You're wondering, what did I do? I don't deserve this. And you don't think that last year at this time, you were crapping all over your vibration because you didn't feel good. So instead of saying, no, delete, I don't want it, you focused on that negativity. Here's another metaphor. Let's per se that you fall, and this is going to sound disgusting, so I'm going to melt it down a little bit. Let's say you fall into disgusting muddy water. There's like bugs in it. Ugh. Just think yourself. I want you to visualize right now falling into, see the illustration of you falling into disgusting muddy water. What are you going to do? Are you going to sit in it? Are you going to just sit there and be like, oh my God, I got muddy water all over me? No, your ass is going to get up, run back into your house and take a shower. Am I not right? Or even more, you're probably going to go outside and grab your hose and scrub yourself down, right? You're not going to sit in that. That's the metaphor, my friends. Don't sit in your poop. Don't sit in the darkness. Don't sit in the low vibrations. You know, purify yourself. Align with the element and energy of purification. And it's gonna come. You know, we're gonna have those moments. I'm constantly telling you that we all have gazillions of thoughts throughout our day. We also have people around us that sometimes, me, here, let me put you a perfect example. I have hundreds of clients every single month. Every single month. I have right now 10 scripting class clients. Constantly sending me emails. Constantly sending me text messages. Not all of them have text messages anymore because I stopped that. And not all of the emails, not all of the texts are about them working on their scripting or questions about their scripting. A lot of them, I have like a good 5 or 6 they send me, I'm going through this, it's being really hard, and they're not grasping that is not what you're supposed to do. Because you are writing down, I'm having a really bad day today. I don't feel good. It's been the worst day of my life. I don't know what I'm going to do. This, that, negative. You're writing that down. A perfect person is Diane. Diane goes through stuff. A lot of stuff. She has been in turmoil. This girl has gone through it. When Diane messages me, she will say, hey Daisy, I really would love to change this. How about if I get more of this? I really would love to manifest this. She doesn't say, hey Daisy, I didn't get, this is happening, I don't like that. She changes it. She grasps. And let me tell you, she goes through it. We have her moments, and sometimes I'll message her because I will feel, because we're so close now, and I've done so much work for her, and I will feel certain, and I'll be like, oh, Diane's going through something, and I will message her stuff, or I'll send her a text script. I text script with some of you guys. Another example, one of my scripters is going through something, and she expressed to me what she was going through, and I emailed her a long email about like everything that, scripting and stuff, because she's very new to it. And at the end I said, why don't you script XYZ? Not even. I sent her, it was a matter of hours that I sent her that. And she texts me almost exactly what I scripted for her. Everything almost exactly that I scripted for her, she sends me that is occurring in her now moment. And I was like, did you read my email? She's like, no, I didn't see your email. She goes back, she checks her email. She's like, whoa, that's crazy. It's, it's very close to what's going on. And then she tells me everything that happens, and she's all giddy about it. And she's going through some stuff. That poor girl is going through some stuff right now. The point is that when we look at, okay, this is happening, I don't feel good, this is going on, how am I going to shift this? And then since she's my scripting class, she'll be like, Daisy, I need to shift this. How do I change this? Because that's going to happen. But it's a difference between looking at the problem and saying, I'm having this problem, I want this solution, then I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm going through this and it's really bad and I'm just in chaos, and you're just yada over the negative. There's no silver lining. You don't see anything because you're in the mud. You're literally sitting in that nasty gunky water full of, just imagine all the bugs or just I want you to see this. So when you are melting, I want that to come up, and you decide, are you gonna sit in that mud? Bugs are on top of you, or are you gonna get up, get in the shower, rinse off, and be like, no, I'm awesome, I'm clean, I'm purified? And that's why the energy of the Chariot. So I'm sorry to tell you that August is gonna be more of that. And it's super funny because I have this Instagram person that's like magical granny something. I think I've shared some of her posts, and she shares posts from like other Instagrammers because she always posts, this is from this person, that's from that person. She posted that karma coming to, especially at the 23rd, it comes to, it's kind of like, okay, you went through the shit, people. Okay, everything that you did in the past, you served your purpose. So she says now we're gonna get paid five, in 5 increments. So if you've been scripting, you're going to see a lot of positive energy, a lot of positive manifestation. So if you've been scripting and you're like, let's say you spend $5,000, 5 times 10 is how much. So think about how much you're going to be manifesting, but you have to feed the light. You have to purify. You have to amplify. You have to take care of yourself. And I love that it's sunflowers and it's raining. So I love that purification energy, that cleansing energy. Oh, I love these two. These cards are beautiful, guys. Look at this one, how beautiful. It's courage. And if you really look at it, it's a beautiful landscape, but you won't catch me in that water, right? I'm not going fishing there. I'm not going swimming there. Would you? So I feel like what is showing is there's a lot of chaos, but it's you having the courage to push through the chaos and realize what you desire, realize your manifestations, your intentions, acting upon the reality that you want to witness in your life. And this is why, and I love it, like those of you that have been scripting with me, you all have taught me, hey Daisy, I would like to see this, so then I'm able to create certain things for you to use, because I know it's not easy. I've been doing this for a long time, so I cannot expect you to be like a pro when you just started. You're gonna have a million questions. As a matter of fact, I'm writing a whole book about scripting, a new one, a revised one, because my other one was very shabby, very short. The divine feminine is also coming in very strong, especially during the 15th of August. Now, when that happens, there's a lot of nurturing energy, also a great time for abundance. So if you're going to work on your projects, your creative things, your business, you're going to notice a lot of empathic energy. So you're going to be very sensitive to people around you. So maybe this is a time for you to maybe go more hermit, getting away from too much energy, too many people, because there's going to be a lot of chaos, my friends, and you don't want to be around that crap. So the divine feminine is also talking about the energy of the earth. The earth is cleansing herself. She's taking care of herself. So with that being said, major purification, major alignment, things are going to go crazy. So you have to prepare for that. You have to prepare for those events. Meaning, especially like if you're going to start manifesting great abundance that's gonna start to flow in, you want to make sure that you're putting 10%, 20%, 30% of that in. Something that I've been trying to do is to save for 6 months, because I have like 2 months savings, but then a bill comes in and unfortunately it sucks. A bill will come in, and an unexpected bill, like for instance, I had to come up with like $1,000 deductible for my car, which is like baloney. Like, don't do that. Make sure that if you have a car insurance, put the $1,000 away, because everybody crashes nowadays. Being ready to give birth to the abundant life that you want, being ready to align with that rich life, that wealthy life. And that's what this divine feminine is. And she's coming in through the full moon energy, which, if I'm not mistaken, I think my cousin told me that the full moon energy, I don't know, we having 2 full moons in August, because they're showing me 2 moons. So I don't know if maybe she's talking about the full moon in August and then the full moon in September, but she's showing me kind of like this line from this time to this time that is going to be like a very abundant energy. So you want to have the courage to take action, to do the things that you have to do, and not allow the chaos in your life. And that's really, really important, because if you have people around you full of mud, you don't want to get that mud on you. So how do you do that? You stay nice and clean and stay away from them. Really important for you to focus on these energies when they come about, because August is, and look at, I can't make this shit up, people. Look at this. Abundance. August is an extremely abundant month, meaning the things that you have worked on, which is great news for me, are going to be bringing in a lot of prosperity. And this is not just prosperity. This is also abundant in your love life, abundance in, hey, even the flowers that you planted, whatever it is that you're working on, there is a lot of abundance. I love that. I love how they share that frequency. I'm also seeing the energy of the wheels. Talking about the wheel. What is the wheel? You have the wheel in your chart. Like, that is such a positive sign, because that shares that you have the magician, you have the manifesting ability, you have the Midas touch. A great time for promotions, investments, new careers, connecting with new people that are going to help you expand. And here's another thing. You want to be around people that are going to build you and help you expand. Okay? That's my flaw. That's an issue that I have, that I tend to go down to the level of my clients, because I feel like if they're suffering, I can't feel good around them. I can't be like, I'm doing awesome, and I've learned, because some of them even will, like, I've had clients like be like, well, yeah, because you're lucky, or because you know what to do, or because you have magic. So I get all the scenarios of why I am and why they're not, right? So it got me to the point that I would feel bad at being successful, at manifesting certain things, at being in specific vibrations, because here I am, someone that just has an associate's degree as a teacher assistant, right? And I'm making more money than people that have like major careers, right? And then I try not to express that, because what happens is people's like, they start pointing, you get that negative vibration. And sometimes you get that from your own family, because they're not in a good place and they want you to do stuff for them. Or so I've learned, I just don't talk about it. Like, don't share your success. And I feel like that's what Spirit is saying here. Keep your success to yourself, because a lot of people are in a low vibration and you don't want them to bring you down to their vibration. You don't want them to bring you down to their levels and energy. Be practical. Focus on your dreams. Realistically, focus on your dreams, because your dreams are real and you deserve them. Don't feel like you don't deserve stuff. Don't look at your right now moment and be like, my life is crap, it's never gonna happen. Don't feel that. I had a client about a month ago, and I'm still creating stuff for him, that he tends to go from dire situations into dire situations. And we did a reading, and I saw a lot of stuff, and I saw a lot of abundance, and all of a sudden he tells me what he's going through and how the turmoil that he's going through. And then he starts shouting. He gets really loud and starts screaming, and I don't deserve this, and don't tell me this, and I want to hear good news, and I want to hear that Spirit is helping me. And he just like, he made me feel bad. He made me feel like I wasn't giving him what he wanted to hear. So I'm just trying to look through his cards, the silver lining, the outcome. And I said to him, you need to focus on yourself. You need to stop. Because what happened is that he's a yes person. He's working. He's always taking care of everybody, and anybody that needs him, he's there for them, which is great to be giving and loving, but not when it's, taking a toll on you. I had somebody once told me, with your gifts, you should be giving away for free. And I'm like, absolutely. Let's free everything. Let's have free rent, free food, free water. I'm all about freedom, honey. I would love to live in a simple house, in a cottage somewhere, beachside. I don't have to pay for rent. I'll do all my work. I'll give everything away. I write books, everything for free. I already give stuff out for free because I'm a very giving and loving person. But unfortunately, we live in a world where rent is $2,000, $3,000 a month. So I can't. You can't. So we cannot allow other people to make us feel bad because we're successful. It's really sad, and I use this metaphor all the time. I say Joel Osteen, right? Guy's a multi-millionaire. Who knows? He's probably a billionaire. He's wonderful. He talks about love and manifesting. He gives people inspiration. And yet you have all of these people that are like, he doesn't do anything to help nobody. Well, guess what? His ass a couple years ago when I lived in Miami was there along his beautiful wife in the major horrible neighborhoods helping to restore and clean and building. They were working on parks. So he does give. Does he always give? I'm sure he does, and he's a busy man. He can't be focusing on all the problems in the world. He's not the president. He's just a man creating, inspiring, sharing that we could have what we intend and we desire. But yet people, instead of working on themselves, they'll sit and point fingers and this is how this person, this is what I'm seeing. This is the energy. And the reason this is coming out so strong in the Page of Pentacles, I'm going to show you her. I want you to look at this. She's all alone. She's in her own divine circle. She's holding the wheel in her hand. She's silent. She's enjoying herself. She's in the middle of nature. She's connecting with spirit. And she's honing in on all her abundance and all her prosperity, creating this beautiful divine energy, being who she was meant to be, and no one around her to tell her she can't do this, she can't do that. And that's what spirit is sharing, is you having the courage to be who you are and not allowing the chaos to sabotage what you're manifesting. Don't feed the darkness, feed the light. This is really important. I feel like this came out really, really strong because a lot of us go through a lot of garbage. And we're always like, I am constantly scripting for people all the time. As a matter of fact, I have a script up in my Etsy shop that says that everyone that comes to my shop, even just to visit, is divinely blessed. Because I send out that blessing, that vibration, that positive energy. Because I want us to live in a free world where we're just in harmony and everything is beautiful and loving and charismatic and courteous. But the truth is, it is not. We have a lot of ugliness and sadness and darkness. Simplicity. I love my life. My life is very simple, very honest, and that's what you're going to get from me. You're going to get honesty. I'm not going to sugarcoat stuff. And I feel like that's why people, either they love me or they don't. Some people could work with me and some people they can't. Because, once I start doing readings and stuff, the truth does come out. And it's not me. I'm not judged. I'm nobody. I'm Daisy. It's just me. But Spirit will tell you, this is right and that is wrong. This is why you're not manifesting. My client's situation is that he's not in alignment with manifesting what he's not taking care of himself. He's not honoring himself. He's giving away all his time, all his energy. He's focused on all the bad, all that he doesn't have, which is not even a part of him because his suffering is the suffering of someone else that just inflicted all of that pain and victim energy into his life, and then he's spazzing out. And I tell him, you could easily get up and go. I can't because I have to be here, because I don't have this. And then we start building excuses. Of course you can. Anybody. I hear people all the time that are stuck in situations. I was stuck in a situation for a long time because I did not see a way out. And it wasn't until I really focused on my manifesting. And when people would talk negative around me, I would literally get up and walk out of the room. I had family members that would not talk to me because they thought that I was rude. And I wasn't. It's just that if you're going to be over here talking about how the government doesn't help you and how it's the government's fault and how it's the president's fault or how it's whatever's fault, I'm not going to be part of that situation. I'm not going to be part of that conversation because I don't need that. You make your own reality. You create your life, your abundance, your prosperity, your health, your wealth. Joel Osteen's mother was a perfect inspiration, and I always share that to my mom. I think the lady is like in her 80s. She had cancer, and she regenerated completely. She's been cancer-free for like a decade or more. And what did she do? She didn't victimize. She didn't cry. She put pictures of herself where she felt radiant and happy and looked good and looked healthy. And she would say, I am healthy and I feel great and I am beautiful and I am filled with energy. And that was, and all the time spending time with her children and her grandchildren, and never stayed, you know, in that victim energy. And she went through cancer, people. Now, it's not to say that some of us are going to die. We are all born to be here, and we're all going to go in our time. Every one of us. And it's hard. We're all going to go through different situations, and the situations are going to be rough and tough and kick our asses. I know that I've cried through many situations, many losses, and they have been hard, and I still have my moments where I remember certain things and I start to cry because it brings that nostalgic memory, that grieving, you know, and we're all going to go through that, and it is okay. The spirit is not telling you that you can't cry, that you can't feel sad, that you can't have your moment of, hey, I'm going to stay in bed today because I just feel like shit and I need to rest. So I'm going to stay in bed. But instead of watching stuff that's going to make you feel even worse, you watch TV shows that are going to uplift you and make you happy. My husband the other day put on Resident Evil because it's now on Netflix #1 bullshit. And I walked out of the room. I'm not going to watch that because you're just feeding the darkness. So I rather feed the light because I care about me, but I care about my world. And if we're all feeding the darkness, guess what? Our world will be full of zombies, and it will happen. But if we feel the light, then we will be in a free world, a simple world, a loving world, where people are courteous. My neighbors, I missed my neighbor. He left I think a couple weeks ago, maybe a month now. And I missed that because he was hello every day. How are you? How's it going? My new neighbors, I don't even know what they look like because people are all hiding. I have another neighbor that when they hear that we come out, they run in back in their apartment and close the door. What are you hiding from? Is it that hard to say hi? How are you doing? Are you having a good day? I never forget when Hurricane Andrew hit back in the 90s, how we had this, you know, high classy neighbor. Like, she didn't look at anybody because she had new cars, she had boats, and she felt like she was Mrs. Everything. Her house, Andrew made it sticks and stones. That shit collapsed while her and her family and her children were in it. It was a scary moment. And guess who was making coffee and food and inviting everybody over? My dad. Because my dad he's always like barbecuing and fun, and our house was an older house made of like those big stones or whatever. So yeah, they lost like the new roof and stuff, but there were parts of the house that were fine. The funny part was that the patio was completely still up. So everybody, all the neighbors would come over, and my dad would make coffee, and people would bring stuff, and you know, because the first couple of days there was no help. There was nobody around. People had children, and that snooty neighbor, she was the first one there getting her coffee. Guess what? As soon as she got her shit back together, went right back to being snooty nudie. Never saw her ass again. And it's okay. It is not about that. It's about loving and being the loving one and being the caring one. She is going to be who she is going to be, and it's not about judging her. It is about when she needed us, we were there. And that's how you should be. Don't be the snooty one. Be the loving one, the caring neighbor. Because you never know who might need you or who you might need. All right. I think I preached enough for one day. What do you think? Wow, this was like a deep reading, guys. I'll send you love. I send you light. I hope that you take a lot of the expressions from spirit and you incorporate them in your life. And you use them to amplify, to make your life better, because you deserve the best. You deserve to live in bliss and harmony. You deserve your cottages and your dream homes. And whatever it is that you desire, your promotions, your beloveds, you deserve to get married and have children that you want to have. And just be in harmony, be in love with your life. You deserve it. I'll talk to you soon.